Hi, my name is Chris Reckord, Chief Executive Officer for T-Tech Limited. T-Tech's primary function is as a business solution provider around the area of IT. Our IT model, however, we deliver as an outsourced service. What does that mean? Most IT organizations out there speak to either selling a product or software or service, and then selling a product or software and then adding services to either implement or maintain that. The T-Tech's model is a little bit different. Our model is around almost full outsourcing, where we become the team that supports your organization. Because we have been in many organizations for a number of years, T-Tech started in 2006, and we've had customers from then till now. We get very ingrained in the business, and we've had a number of requests around digital transformation because it has become the buzzword over the past several years. So when the recent Jamaica Computer Society biannual conference came around, it was a natural thing to talk about digital transformation. And so what I did, I pulled together some partners and friends in the industry to talk about this topic, because almost all of the projects that I have been involved in, or partners of T-Tech have been involved in, we have always found mixed reactions around the result of projects that people brand as digital transformation. And so when JCS had branded or themed their conference as Digital 4.0, Innovation in Action, many of the topics I found on the 2.5-day roster were around digital transformation. So was ours. But I did it a little bit differently. My presentation was going to be the false promise of digital transformation. And one of our business partners, Innovate 10X's presentation was just after ours. Theirs was going to be called Digital Transformation Technologies, Hype and Mythologies. And so I reached out to the CEO, Sheldon, and he said, let's just do it together. So I pulled together my panel, and he had his presentation. And so we collaborated and delivered a topic on the topic, digital transformation, hype, false promises, fallacies and truths. Our panel consisted of Sheldon Power and Jason Scott from Innovate 10X, Leon McNaughton from Right Mind Institute, Trevor Forrest, 876 Solutions, and who posed as the customer, Stacey Hines, the strategic planner from the ICD group. So I'm going to just share 10 takeaways. So each person had about 5 to 10 minutes to deliver their presentation. Each person had very, very solid offerings. And I had done the introduction to everyone, set a scenario, set a stage, and then off we went. We had a good interaction with the audience, and Stacey did a great job of doing a Q&A with each of the panelists as we were done. So we had a good, robust discussion. So coming out, my 10 key takeaways are as follows, and I actually wrote an article on LinkedIn with this very topic. Your organization needs to have a solid vision of its innovation ambition. There are too many people that they just want to almost digitize a manual process or scan some papers and turn it into a digital form. No, you need more than that. Number 2, take a customer-centric approach when executing and sustaining the transformation in order to maximize the value of digital initiatives. It has to be about customer first. It's a discussion that I've had with a number of folks when they come and ask about what is digital transformation. An example I gave when we did a presentation for a board of directors of a fairly large financial institution recently. One team member, they couldn't understand. I said, okay, digital transformation is this. I said, how long does it take to open an account in your institution right now? And there were different numbers around 2 weeks, 3 weeks, depending on it. I said, well, digital transformation, open an account in 5 minutes on my digital device anywhere in the world. And the person was like, whoa, I can't even fathom that. I said, that is digital transformation. Customer-centric, it must be what's in it for the customer. Takeaway number 3, the experiences that you like are designed to be that way. get a deeper understanding of design thinking. So design thinking is a lot different from just the general processes around. It's how you look, how you interact. There's a whole set of, there's a whole framework around design thinking and a whole set of rules and regulations and guidelines around that. Number 4, platform provider business models outperform other popular business models, which are asset builders, technology creators, service providers. That kind of goes without saying, but the platform providers think about Airbnb, think about things like Uber, where you, the user, connect to a platform, the provider of the service connects to the platform, and the platform does all the work, right? So you order the Uber, you see the Uber turning up. For those who have never used Uber before, for those who use Uber, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You click the button, say the car is going to be there in 2 minutes, and then you literally see where the car is. And so you're just interacting with the platform. Your payment information is there. So what we have noticed, and lots of folks have done the research, is that you see the companies that are building platforms like this, their valuations are taken off like rocket ship versus a traditional model. Somebody builds a software or somebody builds a product and sell it. Not that those are not still needed, they're still needed, but the other model is taking flight. Number 5, digital transformation is not about technology, but the number of Scrum teams you have, or a project department only problem. Project or department only problem. Digital transformation is not those things. There are too many times when I hear someone talk about they're doing a digital transformation project, and when I take a look at what they're doing, they're really just kind of digitize something that is paperwork. That's not transformation. Transformation needs to change that into something totally different. It's about people, and this was a surprising feedback for me. I mean, it shouldn't be, but when all my technologist partners in the room finished talking, and when the Q&A was finished and the back and forth, we kind of realized that, guys, this digital transformation thing, people are the foundation of it. So it's about people, not about technology. Number 7, getting the culture right needs an ambitious vision, strong servant leadership, and the right people in positions with the right team. Number 8, a softer definition of digital transformation. A cultural change that requires organizations to continually challenge the status quo, experiment, and get comfortable with failure. One of our presenters posed that as a softer definition, which I actually kind of like. Interesting enough, when I posted that, several people reached out to me directly and said, comfortable with failure? Not very many people in Jamaica are comfortable with failure. But as we go through and start to look at the super highly successful business models out there, we realize that these guys, they fail fast and continue to iterate with what they're doing. 2 more findings to go. Do not fall asleep at the wheel. Recognize very early when you are being disrupted by listening to the big expectations from your users, from your customers, and businesses in general. Most of us, if you have studied business, you have heard the story of Kodak. If you have not, go research it. Kodak invented digital technology. It was created in their house, under their roof, with their own staff. But when the gentleman came and presented to the board, Kodak's business really and truly made money off of printing, photography, and chemicals and all that stuff. And they said, "Chop digital, out the door, man." Well, the rest is history. I don't need to go there. Number 10, if you choose to build new technology internally, get the right platform for you. Automate as much as you can and open your culture. Doing internal development is not easy. There are many friends of mine who are executives in businesses. They're doing some changes and they want to bring in a team to do it. My warning to them is always, is that your core business? Are you now going to become a developer, or are you whether it's financial services, whether it's a distribution company, whether it's a parts shop? Focus on the core and don't get too hung up on the hype. So as I said, we had a great session. What this means for T-Tech though is that our foundation business is outsourcing. As a technologist, we are in the organizations seeing and being a part of this digital transformation a lot of times. Our offering in all of this is twofold. One, we are managing the infrastructure on which a lot of these changes will happen. But more importantly, we have a consulting group which helps people to make that decision around what is transformation, how we're going to transform, and we're actually in the middle of a few projects with that right now. So I thank you very much for listening to this short tea take on my concepts and thoughts around digital transformation, and our experts. Again, I'll share the names of where we got this information from. Innovate 10X, Sheldon Paul, Jason Scott, Right Mind Institute, Leon McNaughton, 876 Solutions, Trevor Forrest. So those are the persons who are putting out their thoughts and concepts and ideas, and so sharing their experiences, because all of these guys are practitioners out there doing work. And then of course our token customer who shared questions and shared ideas and asked questions of the team was from the ICD group, Stacey Hines, who's a group strategic planner. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and follow us on all our digital channels, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. See you soon.